All right. It's your girl, the goddess Nyomi, and welcome to another episode of Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more, while bridging the gap between them all and teaching the world on sex, language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. What's going on, Dog Pound Mike? How we doing over there, baby?
We're doing good.
All right, so tonight, remember what I told you, on our March, every week we are having a new guest. And this one is a very special guest to me because I feel like we like sister soul sisters, huh?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sister soul sister. This is the healing artist, entrepreneur, Miss Vanessa Safel. How you doing, baby?
Yes, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. This is so cute.
It's a vibe, huh?
I love everything from the pictures to the decorations, the memories.
That's it. I like that. The memories. I like that. All right, so this is what we're going to do really, really quick. Y'all see this right here? Do y'all see this big old glass of martini? So let me, I'm going to give you the backstory of this martini glass, So if anybody has been into my home, they know that literally I just took my living room, which I call the martini room, because I love martini. Tequila and martini is my drink. Girl, yes.
Oh.
Tequila and martinis. Okay. Those are my drinks. Those are my drinks. So I created a whole room that was a black and white room that was dedicated to Hollywood. You know, black and white, old school Hollywood, but it had like that kind of vibe or feel, but I made it a martini room. So I bought this big martini glass, but then I have a real big martini glass, like a humongous martini glass.
Bigger than this or like body size?
Bigger than, there it is right there.
Oh.
Yeah, bigger than this. So I figured, I said, look, this is our first official in-studio guest.
Hi, I feel special.
Yeah, this is our first in-studio here on this area because you remember Mother Jackie was over there on that side. But you're the first one for the new elevation because we elevating over here.
I'm grateful.
Yeah. So I figured, well, I have this big old glass of martini. Now, what it is, it's absolute with the little, so what are we going to call this drink? What do we call this drink?
We would call that the new studio martini. It's a little watermelon, a little lemon.
Studio martini.
Studio martini with a little watermelon.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
a little lemon. Mixed in with some absolute watermelon. And it's really good. It is. It's really good. See, I didn't want to scare you off, so we just gave you a smaller glass.
Yeah, I'm happy with the little cup. I got a little cup. Safe.
That's probably good. But this we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to dive in, and we're going to find out all about Miss Vanessa Safel and how she gets her healing on. All right, it's your girl, the goddess Nyomi Banks here on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast. All right, it is Ask Nyomi letter time. Oh my God, it's been a long time since we did our Ask Nyomi letter. All right. He said, "Good morning, Nyomi. I enjoy your podcast and I'm happy for everything that you are doing. I have a relationship question if you don't mind me asking, and also emailing me back a response." He said, "I have been seeing an ex-girlfriend for over a year, but it's semi-tricky because she is married to some other guy. No, he doesn't know about the affair. My question is that I have asked her more than once to leave him and be with me exclusively. And she keeps saying no. And it's complicated and it restricts when I come to to her home, because she doesn't want her neighbors to know. Should I let her go and be done with her, even though she claims she loves me?
Hey, my sexy people. So this is your girl, the goddess Nyomi Banks. And there is messages that are there every week on Ask Nyomi with your caption. So if you want love, sex, relationship advice, email me at info@AskNyomi.
Hey, my sexy people, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks. And I finally did it.
All right, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks. And we was just chopping it up here during the break.
Yes.
During the break. All right, so this is what we talk about: sex, love, relationship, culture differences, and so much more. Like I said, by bridging the gap between them all, but teaching the world on love language, sex attitude, language, and spiritual uplifting. And we have the sexy, the amazing healing artist, Miss Vanessa Safel.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
So the last time I seen you
Yes.
was she joined me on stage, and thank you for that, for the healing in spirituality and sexuality that we did with myself, you, and Mr. Marcus.
Yes.
And so you were able to tell us a little bit of your story, from there, and we put it out there.
Right.
But I wanted to really, so people can really see and hear you, because your story is so amazing. But not only that, even through your healing and what you're spiritually doing now as being a healing artist, and using that to help other people to heal.
Yes.
So what I want to do is I want you to introduce yourself, because I just gave a generic introduction. So I want you to go ahead and and tell the viewers out there who is Vanessa Safel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am so excited to be in this position because this is a space that's very unique. And what I've learned about myself is that I'm always in these very unique situations. Like, I'm never in a normal life. I've never had a normal life, not even as a child.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up and just looking back at my life and all the journeys and transformations I've had to do, I'm just grateful that I'm in a space where I'm present with you. I'm in my whole mind. I feel my fertility.
Okay.
And as a healing artist, it's like I'm always healing. So I have a YouTube channel, you guys. Go check it out, Vanessa Safel. I think it's called Safel on YouTube, but I have a category called Always Healing.
Okay.
Because it's like, even though you get to a part of your life where you're like, okay, I'm done healing that. No, you are always on assignment. And Spirit will use everything about you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the taboo. And I'm on here because, she met me in my what I call on my channel, my pretty days. That's
Your
what I
pretty
call
days. That's the name of that chapter.
Well, I just call it that
pretty
until I
days.
reveal what it is.
Okay.
And so when I met Nyomi, it was like I was Alice in Wonderland, if that was a good metaphor of it. It's like I was very curious about my sexuality.
Ooh, but okay, go ahead, keep going, because I just went another way. So sometimes when you just fall through that rabbit hole,
Right. And I literally fell into a whole nother dimension. And on my spiritual journey, I've had a lot of time to think about how did I get to this point? Why did I meet these certain people? And some of those things, it's like I still don't know the full answer because we're still on those journeys,
right?
And so I'm just excited to see what you done wrote up. I feel like she gonna Gayle King me or Barbara Walters me today.
No, I'm gonna do you good. I am. I'm gonna do you good. So this is my first question to you, healing artist. What made you to decide to become a healing artist?
So I realized on my journey, I thought I was going to be like a sexy entrepreneur, sexy life coach, help people turn their regular lifestyle into something sexy. Then I started going into these initiations, and I identified that I'm strongest in one of a popular chakra, I must say. So, you know, in our body, we have different chakras in our body. Well, my prosperity and my energy comes from my sacral chakra. The sacral chakra sits like below your belly button, like your womb right here. And it's your sexual chakra. I speak life through there. I also create through there. And so I had to figure out, what can I do where it's a safe place to land to express myself, whether I'm in my dark side or my light side. And so as I'm journeying and I'm learning about spirituality, I'm studying, I'm meeting teachers and traveling, I'm like, what do I do with this?
Right.
And then I start seeing pieces of what I wanted to do. And I'm like, well, who are they? I would ask them, what do you do? What do you do? And they would tell me they're healing artists. And I was like, I think I'm a healing artist. And that's where I was like, I'm going to grab that. And it's been working for me.
Okay. All right, here's another one. Here's another. Ready? So throughout your life journey, which chapter can you say needed the most healing?
I would say the relationship with my mother needed the most healing, because I grew up single parent home. My mother struggled with substance abuse.
Okay.
And I watched her. Like, I was raised in Sacramento, California, but like the Bay Area. And during that time, I was born in 86. During the 80s, that's when the crack epidemic was going strong. And my mother, coincidentally, her name's Brenda. And when I was coming of age, Tupac had that song, Brenda had a baby. And it was just like, I was that child. I was that child when my mother was strung out on drugs. She would leave me at the house. I didn't know what was what, you know. And thank God that I never went into foster homes.
Right.
Thank God I didn't have abusive like grandparents or anything like that. But I watched my mother hurt herself in different ways. I watched my mother do things that a mother shouldn't do, as she was still trying to figure out who she was. So 2014 is when like Spirit was like, this is your journey home, so that you can see your mother and you're able to detach now, because now you have some spiritual tools. And that was a very unique, it was 10 months. So it was 10 months of spending time with her, and she died March 17th, 2015.
So tomorrow is
Tomorrow is the ancestral day for that.
Wow.
And it was such a like profound moment, because when I think about it, I was like, I needed that chapter. I was in Hollywood up to no good. You know. She know. And Spirit was trying to intervene and work with me, and I was learning how to use spiritual tools. Well, one of my spiritual tools was like, go home. And then my grandma like, you need to come home and check on your mom. My mother had relapsed again. And it's kind of like that Whitney Houston story. You know, Whitney was doing good.
Yeah.
And then she relapsed one more time.
And that last time was
And that was it.
That was it.
God don't play. And so that part, I needed to heal and see. And I still, through the grieving process, had to heal. Like, I was having episodes of nightmares about her. And just recently, for New Year's, so 2023, you guys, I did a Reiki healing with my spiritual teacher that I've been going to for years now. And my mother came forward and my father came forward in spirit, because they're both deceased. I don't have either parent. And they did a union where they're like, we want to bless you so you're not living in our shadow anymore, and you can live your life more freely now. That took years for me to like really have and hold, and I felt that shift, that energy pull off of me, and I'm just grateful.
That's deep.
In a nutshell.
Right. So I remember when you told me that happened, I'm like, So now that was like a release for you.
Yeah.
You know, to so
Yeah.
now your elevation. Now you get ready to.
Now I'm about to, and I'm excited. I'm excited because I can shape shift again. I can hold space for different people, and all the assignments are unique. Like when God puts you on a journey, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
You always think it's one thing, and that's your ego. But Spirit be like, I'm gonna start you with something simple, or I'm gonna put you in front of a huge crowd of people. I feel like a superhero sometimes because I'm like doing things that people don't see. This is stuff that's not recorded, but God uses my stories from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, yeah. So for you, what is the essence of Vanessa Safel?
Like my aura, like what it looks like.
What does it look like? What is her essence? So if you was to describe a Vanessa Safel, so say that it is a merchant. Say it's this right here.
Right.
You know, and you
If it
you
was
trying to
tangible.
and you put it in and you say, this is, Vanessa says. So you tell me, what is the essence of her?
I don't know because I shapeshift. Like sometimes I ask friends and some of my lovers, like, what do I look like? What do I feel like? And it's hard for them to describe me because I shapeshift. Sometimes I'm tangible, sometimes I'm not. Because sometimes I say things to people and they hear my voice. Like it's angelic, it's energy. And then some people feel me. Like I still got that energy where people can feel me. So I would say I'm like pixie dust. Like I just appear, like you see some colors shimmering by, and it may like have a couple butterflies and hummingbirds in there, but it's like an energy that like whirlwinds around people. That's my essence.
Pixie. Miss Pixie. Miss Pixie. All right, so on your YouTube channel, you have that Always Healing, that series there. For you, what does healing look like for you?
So for me, when I know I'm about to go into a healing, a lot of crazy things are happening at once. So it may look like, it may start out like depression or spells of anxiety, but then it expands and then I'm having issues with people, like conflict and anger, and people got to tell me what they need to say about me, like things come up. And on my journey, I've always created like a sacred space, like an altar space. And that's where I commune with spirit for understanding. So I keep an altar in my home, y'all. Like I don't play. Sometimes the altar wraps around the room and sometimes it's nice and small. Like right now it's a decent size, but I already see that it's already pulling forward to the ground because it's springtime and I'm fertile. Yep, and we'll get to that later. But when I'm doing my healing, I do ask God, like, how do I heal this situation? And I use my tools. So at my altar, I have my crystals, I have my decks of cards, I have instruments that I play, and then I have like my meditation playlist that I have. And I just spend time there until I get visuals. And over the past, I don't know, 10, 11 years, I've been practicing meditating. Meditation is my first tool that I always go to. And I try to encourage people on my channel, like, you need to meditate. Because it don't matter who you are, what you are. You just need to feel yourself being so that God can reroute you.
Right.
And God can give you that voice. So healing, when you're ready to receive it, you have to discern and be able to hear God's voice. And God may come in different voices in the beginning because you're trying to figure out who is talking to me. But then you start honing in onto that oneness energy. And when I meditate, that's when I know, like, okay, it's coming in. It may take a day. It may take a couple days. Like me doing my libation for my mother tomorrow. I was told to do it, but I know she about to bring in some stuff. That's what she do. So healing is beautiful. A lot of people like are trending on social media that healing is hard, healing hurts. I can't believe healing is like this. You doing it wrong. Something wrong with you and what you're doing. And so on Always Healing, I try to give people tools to play with until they figure out what is their stillness. Because a lot of people tell me, I can't meditate, I can't sit there. Yes, you can. You actually can. It's just like working out. If you want to get your body right, you're going to keep working out and meditating. You have to keep coming back to it till it's strong enough where nobody, nothing but the spirit can flow through you.
Do you think and this is a very honest question, for when people say that it's very hard to heal, it's very hard for them to be accountable for themselves and their actions and their choices that they're made, because that's where they mean by that. I think when healing, you have to be ready for it and be ready to heal for yourself and no one else. A lot of times people say, oh, well, I got to go heal because I might lose this person or I might lose that person, but not knowing that that's something that you have to do for yourself.
Yes.
For yourself.
Yes.
With meditation, I'm not gonna lie, I used to have the hardest time just because my mind used to go
That's our ego.
just going all the time. And it's been times where I can sit in the room like her. I have a whole room inside my house that's dedicated.
She got a sanctuary.
Just from wall to wall. And when you walk in that room, it's
beautiful.
it's just so ease. It's just the ease.
Beautiful.
It's just the ease of it. And it makes you feel so good. And so one thing that I did do, and that's what I've been doing for this past month here, is I've been making to where every room in my home is like that.
Good.
So when I walk out of that room and I walk into my hallway, I'm walking through there with peace.
Yep.
See, the home that I live in now, even though we purchased this home for us to live in, it came to me that this is a transitional home. This is one of the many homes that I will be, well, God has leading me to be able to house people here. This will be like a transitional for them. Wherever they're at now, they can be able to come here and sit here for 6 months to a year and be able to go. And so I believe even through this time is I'm working on the transitioning to make the energy shift around the house, inside of the house. And when I'm talking about, I saw this girl the other day and she was talking about if you were doing this spring cleaning, you just find yourself doing early spring. And I've been doing spring cleaning just.
Right. That inclination.
Yes. Right. Just everything. But then in the moment with the meditation, my mind goes, because I get so many downloads at night when I wake up. So the mind goes. So someone's just going through that. How can they make that still? How can they make that still?
So I keep a notebook. I have now a full library. I probably have over 40 journals of channeling. So if you're getting downloads, if you're one of those people where you're already reaching a sense of I call it expansion. Your mind is expanding, the consciousness, everything's expanding. You have to write it out because sometimes those are things that you're going to be using later. Those visuals. I remember one time I was drawing a lot. I didn't know what these were, but I was drawing auras of people. I could look at you, and then I just started scribbling what I see around you, and then I want to make this art piece, and Spirit would tell me how big the art piece is, because one day I'm going to do an art show.
Right.
And I haven't done the art show yet, but I still have evidence of these are projects that I'm going to be using. So if you are one of those people where your mind's going, you need to write it down. And that becomes your history book. That becomes your library of consciousness. And how fast the internet is making everybody move, we have to keep things that are tangible. And a lot of us are healing our bloodlines. A lot of us are changing like our paradigm of who we are for our children and grandchildren. And they need something to find of us. So all these journals that I have, this is for my children and my grandchildren. They may be the artists that tell these stories for me. But for now, I'm just channeling it and I'm just letting it be.
So let me ask you this question. This is a question, well, this is a topic that's been coming up a lot. Especially in, through my journey. We kind of started around the same time. I kind of ran that way from it, but you kind of stepped in it and really did it. With the word, when you say with spirituality and speaking to the ancestors and having altars and things of that stuff, and with crystals and things of that, people say that is witchcraft. Can you explain what is your intake of what this is?
So what's unfortunate about being an American here on YouTube, owned by America, is that we are not allowed to explore who we are. And for those that are melanated souls, if you are a melanated person, you know that if you trace back your ancestors, they were very earthy. They were very into like the things of the land. And when you are going into soul searching, your ancestors start giving you things that you need to use. So if you're a black person, but you're really not black, you're African American, but it expands to either you're in Africa or you were already here on the native land, so you are Native American. And you just, the tribes are lost, and that's a whole nother topic. I feel like those individuals are going to naturally tap in back into the earth. So when I hear people wanting to combat about that, I'm like, hey, God's going to meet you where you're at.
Right.
If that works for you, that works for you. But what ends up happening is people always come around asking me questions. Yes, they do.
You know, the amazing thing is that when you, especially when you look at the women, and I could say men too, because I've seen quite a few men too that are on their spiritual journey and really tapping in. But a lot of women from the adult industry, the sex industry, you see how a lot of them are sage, and you see how a lot of them have, you know, their altars that are really, you know, into their ancestors. And when I'm talking about a lot, I'm talking about a lot, like from color hues are different of colors, you know, Latino, like all of them. And it, you know, it's just so amazing that I'm watching that, you know, unfold in front of my eyes. Like, I don't think they understand what's getting ready to happen, that the transition is taking from the religion aspect and is coming to a whole spiritual movement.
Well, it's really,
a spiritual warfare.
It's really, we're coming back around to the beginning. Like, we've already been there. And for women that are sex workers and they've been in the industry, we've done a lot of body work. We've moved bodies. Like, I know we ain't talked about it in thorough, but I done moved some men's bodies around. Like, I worked with the human body. I accumulated a lot of human activity. I'm hugging, I'm touching, I'm kissing, I'm moving the body. So naturally, I'm going to have a like higher frequency than most people because I've had access to so many souls. So that witchcraft, it really belongs to those that are designed for it. Now, we put labels on all kind of stuff. I don't call it witchcraft. I call it shamanic energy, you know, shamanic rituals. Somebody else may call it, you know, something else. And it's just really what you're drawn to. And when we go into this metaverse, because now we're in 2023 where we have technology and we have people that can create their own world. Like this little box y'all are watching is one world of a multitude of worlds. People are going to be lost in the matrix, and they need to be able to connect to who they think sounds like them, feels like them. Even like the men that desire you, the men that desire me, I'm responsible for their soul journey. We're responsible for this. So I don't care what people say. I'll be like, mind your business. And that's a spiritual rule to know, is when you're on your journey, mind your business. There's no right or wrong way, because we're all in this race together. We're trying to figure out what is our highest expression and what is our legacy that we're going to leave on the earth.
Okay. All right, so let me get this now. I'm about to be a little nosy, so I'm about to get in some business. So I'm about to mind yours.
Come on.
Dating. How's dating been for you since you're done moving bodies?
I only took a sip, y'all. I didn't take a gulp. My dating life has always been very fluid. I tried, after my mother died, I tried being in 3 committed relationships where I wasn't with more than one person. And it drove me crazy because I've always been used to being around so many different people. I love my lovers in different ways. I love my friends in different ways. And I love my soulmates because they move me. And when you get in a committed relationship, sometimes people get a little possessive. And I'm like a butterfly, like a real butterfly fairy. And I tell brothers that, and they be like, okay, that's cool. But they really can't handle it. And so it's been very unique for me, to the point where I have a whole series coming out called Soulmate Lovers and Friends. And I actually go back to the people that I cared about, and I ask them, what do they think of me? And I tell them that I care about them and I want us to create something, because we're getting old. I'm in my late 30s almost, and I want something to show that this was love for me. If I never get the opportunity to get married and have children, I've had multiple examples of love. And my love is very giving, it's very deep, very passionate. I have not met my match. I always think I do because I'm, oh, he cute. But when I go soulfully, a lot of men are not in tune with who they are on a deeper level. And so it's hard. I need me like a magic man here. That's why I moved to Vegas. Huh? I moved to Vegas to hope to find someone with a higher vibration and that they can live in duality. You know, they have a good side and a dark side. Because in my meditations and in some of my like shamanic like past life regressions, I've been shown that why I didn't have children yet, and then I have children coming. They're just waiting for the right partner. They're waiting for the right father.
Right.
And I'm waiting for the right father. So, you know, y'all better figure this out. Okay?
All right, so while y'all figuring this out, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back real quick. We're going to come back real quick, all right? All right, it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi Bridget Gap. I am here with Vanessa Safel and Dog Pound Mike. We will be right back. Okay, so I see that you are an avid businesswoman. I see that you know you're doing a lot of different things. What is your ultimate goal for Lyric Sky?
For Lyric Sky, to create a legacy, to be on a stage of, I created content that was memorable and legendary that people won't forget or want to keep going back to watch, or that I am their favorite person to go watch. But my brand overall, the magazine Erotic Sky, building a platform that in the future elevates and turns into something that every woman wants to be a part of.
Ask Nyomi, Bridget the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more. All right, it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi, Bridget the Gap podcast. We are back with the beautiful Miss Vanessa Safel. She got real deep on the first one, didn't she?
I'm a deep woman.
But I like that, though. I do. I love that. I love that. What's going on, Dog Pound Mike? I know you're a little quiet over there.
I'm just taking it all in over here, you know. She talking about spirituality and sexuality and like, I don't know which way to go, you know. I don't know which way to go.
All right, so I see my BTG crew out there. What's going on, all of y'all? Like, I can see y'all, but I really can't see y'all. Like, you know, I can see y'all, but I really can't see y'all. But thank you guys for tuning in every week. Last week we had a really good time with Miss Jada Fire. Yeah. And I remember her making a statement that she was saying, once she got out the industry, that's when she was, you know, able to really be able to take care of herself, to be able to really find who, you know, Jada was and all this stuff. But it was something that she said that reminded me of you when she said, I was no longer sharing my body. And she started naming everyone who she, you know, had scenes with. And I was like, that sounds like what Miss Vanessa was saying.
I'm laughing because you know she want to say my other name. She want to put me out there.
No, I don't.
And you know, ever since we started promoting this show, these men been trickling into my Instagram. I was like, who are these men? I don't know these men.
You know, let me say this. Let me say this, because even when she, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say this. So she would I said she had sent a message to me, or I sent the message to her, and I said, well, you next week. I said, you ready for next week? She gonna tell me, oh yeah, just send me the questions.
Yes.
If she could see my face with my face, send you some questions.
Yeah.
You know there. Or she said, oh, I'll come back on Monday.
I was trying to rehearse.
Here I go.
And I'm over here like, she ain't saying nothing. Oh, Lord. I was like, she about to Barbara Walters me.
No, but the thing is I will handle you with care. I handle folks with care. I really do. Now, if you do something, I'm going to tell you about yourself, but know that it's always coming from love. It always coming from love. But like I said before, I want you to be able to say who you are. But it's like, I don't want us to keep talking around because it's you understand what I'm saying? Like it's just like that is a big chapter that you cannot like, get away from. But when you're ready to, with that, then do
Look
it.
how it sound. It just sound tacky. It
do.
sound like we in the discount line trying to get a discount on something that's already discounted.
Right.
Okay.
And you know what? And like I say, like I say, even through your journey, and we are here to serve others, and I believe this is a part of your service.
Okay.
To others, for
she
that.
keep trying to push me.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to. Y'all hear me? I am trying to explain to this beautiful woman right here that when she's ready.
Look,
she's
where
ready.
the laundry? Where the laundry basket? Look, just throw it out.
But
Okay.
the thing is how many times did she say something? I only can speak my truth, so I'm speaking like this is how. I'm trying to go around it as much as I can. Like, okay, well, because she did real good. Well, I was moving bodies, and Nyomi know I was moving bodies. So you don't put me in your business. Like you didn't even have to say that. I knew you was moving
weight.
bodies.
I was moving weight out in these streets.
You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, Mike? So she could have just left that she was moving bodies by herself and know what I didn't know about it.
There's the church fan.
All the spirituality went out the window.
Right.
She talking to the dog pound now, so.
Look. Now this is a thing that I do try to let people know when they meet me. Like, I am always working in duality. And there's a concept where people are like, oh, I'm a spiritual gangster. I'm like, no, you cute, okay? I'm really gangster because I literally have done some things where I'm moving weight, okay? Moving bodies, okay? And I think on my journey, I've just learned to embrace that was a persona that expanded itself. And I enjoyed my time in the industry. I had a wonderful time. When I got in, I did not know what my name was going to be. And within 4 months, I blew up on Twitter before anything was viral. And then I had to figure out everything very quickly. And even in that journey of being in the industry, so many people just came into play, including yourself, where I got the help that I needed. To get in, to get out, to see what I was supposed to see. And when I had my wake-up call, when I had my spiritual awakening, they both happened at the same time. And I had to disappear. Like, you didn't even know where I was. I don't even think we were, really talking then.
I think we talk, seriously, I think we talk maybe every 6 months to 12 months. Maybe, I think one time we even went 2 years without speaking to each other. And luckily my number stayed the same because she was just like, for real.
Really.
But I knew you were okay, but even you were just off of the net too. And I think that was the 2 years that you was off of the net, because I think before you kind of vanished from there, the last time I did see you was at the art show that you did your vulvas, your vaginas.
Yes.
Yeah, those.
Yes.
Which are beautiful. It was her whole it was amazing. But that was actually the last time. I think we spoke a few times after that, but then that was the last time that we kind of was talking. Right. Yeah. And it wasn't no bad blood. It was just people were just moving and growing in different
directions.
ways,
And that's what happens. Like, on your spiritual journey, God puts you in a situation where you have to cut off everything, because you have to isolate yourself long enough to see yourself, and you're just in this review of yourself over and over again.
A movie.
And my ego at that time was big. I was one of the first adult entertainers with a social media presence. I didn't even know how to get to the VHS, DVD. I came in during webcam. So all these people that got OnlyFans and stuff, I was in the original book of that before they even knew that was something to the public. It was only for adult entertainers. And it was just a lot to process. Who am I? What is my purpose? And when I got my first energy reading, it was back in 2012 when I was leaving the industry. I had a psychic reading done. And the lady was like, you're working at your lowest expression of yourself. And I was like, are you sure? Because I got 100,000 followers on Twitter. I got nominations next to somebody like this. She got the awards I was supposed to get. Those is mine. And my ego just was tripping a lot. So for the first 3 to 4 years, I had to keep checking myself. Even though life was you're going in another direction. I kept resisting it. And every time I try to resist, then something crazy would happen. Then I was like, I guess I got to keep going down this blind road and find everything, strip everything away. But things don't go away. Like what you were saying earlier, like my sexy, it dimmed down, but then it came back up. And now I'm in like another season where it wants to like come out again. Not saying I'm about to do a film.
No.
But my energy is like firing back up.
Yeah, and I think it's because when it comes to, especially with sex, it is so demonized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think what's happening is trying to find the positive and educating people on what it really is and what it is for us, because it is a part of our soul.
Right.
You cannot be without it. You understand what I'm saying? So I think in that is you now knowing how to really appreciate it, value it, and even to be able to teach others on how to do that, because we were never really taught that. We would just say, don't do.
Right. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yep.
Don't do.
Right.
Instead of teaching them how to get through those things and those urges and what that is and what it looks like, and those type of things. I remember having this conversation with this guy at this one party, and we were having this conversation about educating with sex, and he said, well, how young do you think you need to start? I said, as when they start to be doing something, or you start to talk to them about certain things.
My mother, I'm going to interview. My mother noticed that I was sexual probably at the age of 6 years old. Little boys, for some reason, like humping on me. Back in the day, you play house. And little boys would hump on me. And they would do stuff at school. My mother would come in sometimes and be like a teacher's, like parent assistant. And the little boys would be like doing stuff to me, sexual harassing me, asking my mother to be my man. Like it started so young. So I had to learn about sex very early. So my mother was talking about sexuality when I was like in kindergarten. Yeah. Because I didn't understand why boys were chasing me. I didn't know why they were pulling my hair. I didn't know why girls were trying to fight me as I go into elementary, middle school. It just kept going. And so I was always a very sexual little girl. Like I was always a little Miss Thing. And y'all see it on Instagram. These little girls that got the little sass to her and her hair popping. And she's like 5, 6 years old. I was like that. And I liked boys. Even though they were messing with me, I still liked the attention. So I would wear my little tight dresses, my little Daisy Dukes. My hair was always cute. So that sexual energy, it followed me. And I feel like everything that I've been, I've always naturally been this way. I wasn't trying to like force it. I mean, I was forcing some of the scenes, to get through it. But I was already naturally like that.
Right. Okay. This is fun. This is very, we can be sitting here all day with it. All right, so let me ask you this question. I did a show a few months ago about happiness. If you can rate your happiness right now from 1 to 10, what's your rate number?
I would say it is a nice 8.
Oh, nice.
And I pick 8 because of the infinity of it. Okay. Like right now, it's doing this. And it's like, when you look at your life, no matter how much money's in your bank account, you are so fulfilled. Okay. There's an energy always moving. And I'm in Vegas. Like, I just moved here a year ago. I've always wanted to live in Las Vegas. So I feel like a kid. Like, I feel like I'm in Disneyland. Like, I'm getting the opportunity to work on different production sets, and I'm going to different events. I'm meeting people. I'm seeing people from the past. I'm seeing new people. And it's just like my happiness is like warming up, and I'm trying to get it to go past 10. Okay.
I hear that. All right. So if you had a title to your life, what would the title of your life be?
The title of my life. It's just one title. You know what? It's Safel. So Safel is an acronym. People be like, what is Vanessa Safel? Safel. I'm like, it ain't no Safel. It is Safel. It's an acronym for such a fucking extraordinary lady.
Okay.
Because my life is fucking extraordinary. And I'm always a lady. I try.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a little tiger around the edges, but you know, that is Safel. That is the title of my life.
All right, so here's a question for you. And I had to put it down because I was trying to figure out how to word it to say it to where you can understand and also the viewers and the listeners can understand what the question means for you. Knowing that you know a part of your journey and God usually give us an assignment, how would you know or how do you know if a person or a soul is your assignment?
Well, in the beginning of my awareness, I did not know. I was like, what is happening? But then there was an energy that comes with it. You know, we're drawn to certain people. On our life path, you will always meet who you're supposed to meet, good and bad. That's going to shapeshift you. And I'm always drawn to a particular type of people. And when I meet young ladies that are like me, fairy free, she got all these brothers around her, she Miss Thing, I'm like, let me see if I need to help her just a little bit. And I always do. I turn into big sister, I turn into auntie, I turn into spiritual mom, whatever they need, that's what I become. And then even with the brothers, like I meet men when they're at a crossroad of their life and they don't know which way they need to go. They know that they're supposed to do more for themselves, but they need some type of transformation, some type of realization of themselves. And I appear. I become like this fantasy girl, but like a magic lady at the same time.
Okay, so I'm glad that you talk about that because this is the next question right here. Now, your YouTube channel, I love it. I love it from the dating of the different zodiac signs and our strategy, from all of that, from being on set. But what I do see is that you focus more on men versus women. Can you share why?
So I've always been drawn to men. Let's go back to when I was saying, when I was a little girl, boys were coming to me. Girls would be mad at me, like, how she got all these boys? The boys used to chase me on the playground. They used to want to hang out with me after school. They want me to be the homegirl. So I was like the homegirl with all the brothers. And they just like my energy. They love my voice of reason. And I ground them. Women don't, how can I say? Women don't think like me. Most women don't think like me of how to approach men, how to cater to them, how to nurture them, how to like kind of be like taming them a little bit. Like, and that's that goddess energy. And I feel like every woman has her thing, but my thing is brothers. And I love black men so much. And it's such a imperative time for them right now. Like, it's a lot of mental health issues happening, a lot of baby mama drama, a lot of money things changing. And I feel like brothers just need a voice of reason. So I'm just doing what I do best.
All right. So I do have some more questions. I do have some more questions, but I do want to let you guys know that if you guys want to call in, we do have a call-in number for you guys to call in, the call-in number. And I still don't know about her. And this is such a shame, and I should have put it on my card. And I'm hoping that Dog Pound Mike will go ahead and do his job and go ahead and put the number up there. What's the number? Please say the numbers, Dog Pound Mike.
The number is 626-605-2756. And it's going up right this moment.
All right, so y'all heard that. So let's do this. Let's take a break. Then we're going to come back. And then we're going to start taking some phone calls. As well as I'm going to finish asking her these questions. And then I got a little, you know what I say? Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. That, can I play with my porn star?
Oh, what is that?
I got a few questions for her. All right, it's your girl, D Goddess NmW&x here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be back.
Hey, my sexy people, it's your girl, the Goddess NmW&x. And I finally did it. I've written my first book. Well, actually, it's a living journal. It's called Good Morning, My Sexy People. Where I share my stories in different posts, but help a healing workbook for you. So it's 90 days to kick off your healing living journey. Pre-purchase now. Go to asknaomi.com and hit shop. Listen.
It's your girl, D Goddess NmW&x Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridget Gap podcast. Oh, Dog Pound Mike might be coming up in there on us. He'd be like, surprise. All right, I'm here with my girl, Miss Vanessa Safel. What's going on, baby? How you enjoy yourself? You see I be taking the beat.
Because she want to call me my other name.
But I'm not going to do it.
We're going to wait to the
like
end.
this.
It'll be the bonus for everybody that stayed to the end. It's right there on the tip of her tongue. So y'all stay tuned to the end. Maybe it'll slip out.
Right. And my boy, Dog Pound Mike. Mike, what's going on, baby?
All good, all good.
All right. I see you over there. You doing a whole lot of moving over there.
You got me working over here. You know, I'm getting paid for my money now.
Okay, what's that number again? Please say that number for everybody so they can hear it and they can call in. What's that number?
We can start the call-ins. It's 1-626-605-2756 or 1-626-605-Ask Naomi.
All right, so I got a little game that I played. I played it with Jada a little, just a little bit. Okay. And now I realize I have to kind of change the words to it.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I have to change. I have to change the words because it was when I heard it back when I was doing some editing today. I was like, oh, that's a little bit, So we're gonna call it Screw Mary. Put an end to it.
Screw Mary. Put an end to it.
Put an end to it mean
cut it. Okay.
No, like deaden it. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
So I'm supposed to kill somebody?
No, not yet, but no, but we can't use that word. See, we have to add different words to things.
No, I want to hear the original.
I can't. I mean, because I'm gonna get flagged.
Oh.
So that's why I put it Screw Mary and put an end to it. Oh, who the people? LT, Lex, and Prince.
Oh. LT, Lex, and Prince.
So who would you marry? Who would you screw? And who would you put an end to?
Oh, they gonna be mad. I would marry Prince.
Okay.
I would marry him. He is a sweetheart. I would screw Lex. I'm sorry. Look. Can I still do it? Can I take it? I seen him in January. I think I can still handle him. And then I would put LT in the coffin, I guess.
In the coffin.
Because we would like conflict. Like every time I want to have like a nice moment with him, he gonna jab and say something.
But LT has that with everybody though.
I can't take it. I'm Cancer. I'm in my zodiac.
Yeah,
I'm too emotional for how he says stuff.
LT is very compatible.
I need to ask him what is his zodiac sign.
Yeah, that's LT. That's he's a Capricorn.
Oh, that's why we're opposite.
Yeah, he's a Capricorn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a Capricorn. All right, so your phone butt down me in the middle of you having sex. What does that sound like?
My phone?
It butt down me. Like, I guess y'all was rolling over and it just rolled over into the phone and it hit and it dialed Naomi and I'm on the phone like.
Oh, hearing it.
Yeah, hearing it. Like, what does it sound like?
Oh, well, look,
like,
now y'all, somebody gonna get mad at this. Look, so I have a little archive.
An audio of it?
Of my lovers. So my lovers, somebody about to be heard. They gon' let me pick one that I like. Let's see. This one's okay. Can we hear it? Wait, shh. I don't know if we can hear it. No, you can't hear that one. Look.
Could you hear that?
I can hear it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Let me go to I have one lover. He's a dragon, and he is pretty good. Shout out to the dragons, the brothers that are born in the year of the dragon. Where are you at? Oh, my gosh. Look, there's a whole list.
Wait, so I literally wanted her to do it with her mouth?
I wanted to. I can't do it with my mouth because I just rather give y'all authentic. I got ending. That was the ending of that. When did we have sex? Come on. they gonna be mad. All of them gonna be like, don't be putting me on the internet. Nobody knows you unless you want me to. There he is. I see him. Oh, yeah, because it was like an hour and 48 minutes. He was.
So, wait.
So I'm a, girl.
So, wait a minute. So, did y'all see my face?
Wow.
When I heard that, I was like,
Now I have to look at porn in my own way. I like to hear myself. So I was like, I'm just do my own little porn little collection.
wait a minute, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably one of the prudest porn stars ever.
Did I violate your aura?
So Phil, all I can say is clapping for you.
Oh.
Did he slap you? Was that
See,
him
now
slapping your ass? Or was it, see that?
He was slapping
You don't let us
mine.
hear it now, so
He had me where I was like being manhandled. So I'm laying straight and he's sitting up, and he has me where he has control over my bottom, my thighs, so he can eat, he can smack, he can do whatever. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you remember monkey bars. Remember that toy? Monkey bars. Shout out to the homies. It kind of had that same effect. And I was just like, can I record this? He's like, sure, that's fine. And I was like, oh, okay. Because, brothers, they're more nastier than women. Like, they want to videotape. They send you dick pictures. And I don't need all that. I just need to hear that I had an orgasm. Because a lot of women, we don't get to enjoy full orgasms. Right. And so, like I said, I'm doing this project called Soulmate Lovers and Friends. And some of my lovers don't want to be about that life. Some of them.
Girl, so where you rate him at? Where he
So
at?
now he's born in the year of the dragon.
Okay.
And he's a Taurus. So we're like highly compatible. He was one that I was like, I think this is my husband. I just skipped him because I was in that lifestyle. So recently we've been trying to rekindle the conversation. And I took him to a psychic reading. We did like a psychic reading. Because I was like, is this the one? And the psychic reading was like, no. He's just my lover. Like, I think he'll be around for a while. But, at this time, no. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just keep going down the lonely road of love, But my love, like my sex life is spicing up. But my love life is very, like, lonely and confused.
So let me ask you this. This is something, well, it's been around for a long time, but it's become very popular in the past few years. Polyamorous. What do you think about that?
I have a couple of videos I haven't put out yet. Because when I talk about healing, there are certain points in your life where poly makes sense. And then there's certain parts of your life where it don't make sense. During most of my healing journey, I was trying to be monogamous so that I can practice being present with one person. I had gotten so used to having different men be my lovers of all different types. And so my view on poly is it's all about energy.
Yeah.
I try to connect with spirit and see where I'm at before I make that decision. I don't go looking for it.
Right.
I don't force people to be my man. And I like it to be very organic. And I naturally attract men. Like, men love, like I keep saying, they love me around them. So I could be like at a whole bachelor party and I'm the only girl, which is about to happen. In a couple weeks, my friend's having a bachelor party. It's about to be 12 dudes up in there. I don't know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to do my best to be a lady. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. And I try to warn them and tell them I'm not on birth control, so don't mess up. Okay?
Okay. All right. But in that note, we're gonna go to the caller. Caller. Hey, caller, what's your name and where you calling us from, baby? Okay, hey, this is Joseph. All right, Joseph. Yeah, Miss Safel. So he was like really enjoying that. He called in last week. Actually, he is a long time, he's a fan. Yeah. Yeah. He's a very fan. So let me say this. I'm gonna apologize because right now it's very, very hard for us to hear you, Joseph, and it's not even on your end, it's on our end. I don't know. It's something that's going on technically. Like since we moved into a whole nother space here, we've been having difficulties with this. So I want to do this. I want to just let him see, you said
Did
it.
it? I didn't say nothing.
You did it.
She slipped out and
I didn't say the whole thing, but I did it. But Vanessa, I'm gonna let her just say a few words to you, and then we're gonna talk some more because I do have a few more questions.
Okay.
And yeah, and then we're gonna have to do something with this dog pound mic with the call in with the to get this, well, not the call in but the headphone situation
Is he
together.
asking me a question or am I just?
No, we were just speaking to it. Well, actually, do me a favor, dog pound mic, because yours over there working, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Joseph, if you can hear me right now, you have a question for Miss Vanessa, and then relay it to Dog Pound Mike, and we're gonna play telephone right now. So Dog Pound Mike, as he asks you the question, then we're gonna go ahead and ask her. All right, we're gonna do it that way.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
What? So one of my favorite styles of healing is crystal healing, where I'm kind of doing like a form of body work. So the person would lay down and I would set up crystals on their body based off of their chakra. And the crystals, what they do is if they sit long enough, they begin to like permeate through the body. They begin to expand through the body and they create a grid. Once they create a grid, then I'm able to play my sound healing instruments over the body. Because sometimes we have chakras that are blocked, overworking, or not working enough. And so I enjoy seeing that ability happen. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Yes, Joseph has been around for a long, long time. He's like one of the day ones.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
he's one of
what?
the day ones.
Back in my pretty days,
Mm-hmm.
we revealed this whole name. I remember learning to have compassion sexually because everybody looks at the adult entertainment business as this raunchy thing.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of men that are learning their first experiences of talking with a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
They're learning how to be intimate with a woman. They're learning how to be more sexual. I feel like men that can connect to sex workers, strippers, adult entertainers, they're more wise as far as their level of sexual confidence, I guess you would say. With women, like they're more confident in so many areas because of the industry. And I just remember having certain fans where I was like, I catered to them different.
Yeah.
I loved them unconditionally.
Yeah. 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 What does your happy look like?
You already have me.
Did I?
Happy question, but I mean.
No, I'm sorry. What is your happy ever after? Is there a happy ever after for you?
Yes. So I'm already here. I see myself in Vegas, and I have a really beautiful home. And my home is a place where people come. So it's not a home where it's just me by myself. It's actually kind of busy. I see myself having retreats. I see myself having parties, theme parties, because I love costumes and stuff like that. I also see myself having like ceremonies. I during my healing journey, one assignment was to do a baby naming ceremony. And I was hosting that for a couple. And I was like, I would do this if this was my home, out in the garden, and they're naming their child based off of the ceremony that was happening. It was so beautiful. So I see my home being a place where life and death are always happening. Because even like a funeral, I would do like a cremation ceremony for those that are passing, because I have this energy where it's like, I love seeing life. And that's my happily ever after, is to be this older, cute little lady. I come into Vegas. People know who I am. Some people don't, but they recognize me because I got this certain look to me. Like, they like, oh, I think that's Miss Safel, Miss Magic. You know, that's the magic lady that live in the mountains. She be having these parties in the mountains. Like, yes,
Like
we're having
Great
another one.
Gatsby.
Right. But no, really more like they're kind of like these festivals, like how you see Burning Man, but a smaller setting.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I want to do smaller versions of it, especially for people of color, because we're in a space where we're still trying to find our way.
Yeah.
And so my happily ever after is to have that. My husband and I both share that energy, and our children are dynamic. They do their own thing, but they know that they have two magical parents supporting them. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, this has been really fun, great, amazing. It really has. What you think, Dog Pound Mike?
It's been all good.
It's been all good. It's been all good. It's been all good. I want to say hey to all of my BTG crews out there, everybody out there. I'm going to call them out. I see Joseph. He was just on the phone. I see Super Lover. Hey, bro, what's going on? I see Miss Jules. Hey, baby. I see Charmaine. Hey, hon. I see Jeffrey. I see quite a few people. I'm sorry we're a little far away. The screen is a little far away from us as we seeing it. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in every week here, right here. Next week, we have the international actress and model, Miss Dazelle Yvette. She was actually on Snowfall last night.
Oh,
She was actually
featured.
She was actually on Snowfall last night.
Nice.
She was on Snowfall last night. So she will be in studio next week.
Nice.
She'll be in studio next week, and then we will be ending it off with BBW superstar. She just retires, Miss Supreme Diva.
Okay.
Will be on Friday. And then next month, we got some really good guests. We got Nina Mercedes is coming in the building. If y'all don't know who that's a Latina siren.
Oh, I remember.
She used to be with Wicked.
Yes.
I believe it's Wicked. Like, that's my love. Like, coming in, and then we got another young one that she goes by another name. And when you hear her, and if she come and she see her, you be like,
I remember her.
I remember her.
I'm happy nobody recognizes me yet.
And that was one of my questions that I was going to ask, but since we kind
go.
of we wasn't veered on those, we kind of we didn't get on the topic at hand. Well, we did get on the topic at hand because we talked about this, and this is a journey that you're going on. And that was a part of your journey. Yeah. And we don't.
You just have to bring me back.
Right.
home.
Right.
I just gotta come back.
Yeah. You live down the street.
Right.
Like, yeah, we can do a whole segment. Like,
Right.
yeah, we go over there to the martini room. Like, we got a whole bar in here. Okay. So we go over there to the martini room and make some drinks and and do the thing. All right, guys. But as I always say, I always keep it safe. Look, wait. First, let me say this. #elevation. I did not start it off, and remember, y'all, this is the year of elevation, #elevation. And remember what I also said too, is that it's nothing wrong with falling in love with yourself. Fall in love with yourself. And I'm telling this for a reason, because we always looking for something in somebody else that we don't give to ourselves. So let's start with giving to ourselves first. If y'all saw the other day when I said about a me day, sometimes you have to take a day away to refuel yourself. Because if you keep going out there and you keep doing for others, you don't have nothing else. So we are doing a disservice to others. You understand? So that's when we'll talk about more of that later on. But I want to make sure that you guys understood when I said about me day. Because I saw a lot of people was like, well, no, I can't do that because I got to work such and such and such. You're going to have to find a time. You're going to have to call off for work one day. You're going to have to. Shut your phones off. You're going to have to. Because what's going to happen is your whole body going to shut down. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, it's going to shut down. And when it does that,
hey, that's a wake-up call.
who's going to be there for you? Because you're always there for somebody else.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Y'all better listen.
I'm just saying. Hashtag elevation. Hashtag fall in love with yourself. As I always say, be good to one another in yourselves. And always keep it sexy. I'll see y'all next week.
Hey, it's the goddess Nyomi Banks, and I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy.
Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more.